Good morning, I'm Dan and welcome to Backpacking Adventures. Back out on the trail again. And today we are on the Appalachian Trail and we're going to be doing a small portion, about a 16-mile stretch as an overnight. And for those of you that know the area, we're starting at the Clarks Creek parking area off of 325 and we're heading down to the Clarks Ferry Bridge, which is at Route 147. So it's a 16-mile stretch. We're now at the top of Peters Mountain. To start off the day was a climb. It was 1,000 feet over a mile. So it was not bad at all. We had plenty of switchbacks. So we're just sitting here on this rock and we're gonna take a little bit of breather and move on because we're already starting to sweat. And the weather for this trip, we are looking at probably a high today of about 38. So pretty warm compared to what we've been doing. And tonight it's only gonna be in the lows of the low 20s. So it's not gonna be real bad at all. So we got a lot less gear with us this time, so we're gonna go a little bit farther today. The goal right now is to get to the Peters Mountain Shelter and have lunch there. That's about 5 miles from here. And then from there, we got another 6 miles to, we're gonna, bless you. We're going to make camp and we'll be good to go. And then tomorrow we'll be finishing out the quick morning 4-mile hike out. So that's the plan until it changes. Probably about 4.5 miles for the day, maybe 5, somewhere around there. We'll be coming up on Peters Mountain Shelter. And today so far, it's just a beautiful day. We're up on the ridge. This is the higher trip is a ridge walk. And it's just a little breeze blowing from my right. So it's kind of a little bit chilly on the side, one side of my face and my ear, but other than that, I'm warm. And yeah, it's just a beautiful sunny day today. Wish we had more of those. We just now come up on the Peters Mountain Shelter. I don't even know what time is it. Do you know what time it is? It's probably getting on close to 12.
Noon, yeah.
So it took us about a couple hours to get here, a few hours. And this is actually a really nice shelter. Now it's not really a lot of space for camping, for tents and stuff. But here's the shelter. And this is the back of the shelter where they have the bear boxes. Nice big fire, communal firing. And then this is a really, really big, has a loft closed in here, the picnic table, which is nice. And then if you see the sign where it says spring, it's down there 300 steps. It's not footsteps, it's big rock steps, which we're gonna have to go down. This is where we're gonna have to get water. So that's gonna be fun. Down the mountain to get the water, he decided to fill up for both of us, which is nice because I've done this before and it's horrible. It is a horrible, horrible climb down. Just watch him go. 0.2 miles too. Here he comes. He looks miserable. It is a difficult climb up. I know. I hate it. That's why he's doing it. So how was the hike down and back?
It was a doozy. It was a fun one.
Well, you think it was 300 steps or more than 300?
Felt like more than that.
I'll bet.
It was like straight up.
Yeah. All right, we're back up and rolling from lunch. We've left probably maybe 20 minutes ago from the shelter, so we got, I don't know, maybe 4 miles or 5 miles left to where our camp spot is. We're going kind of slow today. We still have those big winter boots on. I got my Keens on, and he has his pack boots on. I mean, they're pretty heavy. I mean, they're very heavy. So yeah, we had Dakota going down the hill to get the water. That was everyone should experience it at least once. I did it once, and I swore I'll never get water there again unless I'm like dying of thirst. But we needed water, so. And he volunteered himself to go down. So I was like, okay, whatever. You want to go down? You can go down. But it is, it's a tough climb. But it's worth it for the water. All right, here is camp. And look at the view that we're gonna have tonight. I think we'll be able to see Harrisburg. We can see 3 Mile Island from here, the nuclear power plant. We see everything. All right, we're now at camp, so we are now gonna set up. Gonna find out where I'm gonna hang my hammock, and he is gonna figure out where to put his tent, and we're going to set things up for the night. We're not sure. We're still debating making a fire because we're both lazy hikers and we just don't feel like doing it tonight. I got my saw with me, and look, there's tons of deadfall around here that we just walk right over there and get wood, but I'm just feeling lazy today. So we're gonna see how we feel. We're gonna set up and get going. All right, we are just finishing up setting up. I got my hammock over there, and Dakota has graduated now to a Dyneema tent. So he got his new Plexamid. So this will be the first night he's in there. So I was helping him set it up since I have one. And he's really liking this so far. So, I mean, it's about 2 pounds lighter than his previous tent. So he's really saving a lot of weight with this. And like I said, I have my hammock set up. And today I have my 20-degree, it's a Phoenix, so it's only a partial length. So I'll use my sit pad under my feet. And I have my 20-degree hammock burrow on top. So should be good to go. And I have my Darien this time. I don't have my Chameleon. I'm out sporting my Darien tonight. So we're gonna finish setting up, and then the sun's starting to set. It's not too bad, it's not too cold. I thought it would be colder, but I think it's going to be in the low 20s, maybe even the high teens tonight. So we're going to be nice and toasty warm, I'm pretty sure. But and if you notice, I have mine in porch mode, but I have the doors kind of closed a little bit. I'm going to sleep in this because this will help block some of the wind from coming around the sides at me. So I'm not going to close up because the sunrise is over there tomorrow. Sun's setting over there. Sun's going to rise. We should have a nice little sunrise tomorrow. So it should be nice. All right, so it's going on 8 o'clock. We are going to be sitting over here a little bit over there, kind of checking out the view. I'll show you that. It's really, really beautiful view at night. You can see the Harrisburg, the city, the capital of Pennsylvania. But for my hammock, though, the wind changed direction. I had a nice porch mode, but I'm going to show you. The wind changed direction, and it's blowing. It's not too bad, but I had to put the down, and I'm going to shut the doors because it's blowing, and it's blowing from right off the side. Totally changed directions on us like about maybe an hour ago, and it's gusting and it's picking up. So
I got my underquilt protector on. I'm not worried about being cold at all. I know we're both gonna be nice and warm, but I just wanted to sleep with the porch mode on a little bit tonight, but I don't want the air blowing across my face and freezing me out. So, I'm gonna hunker down, but it's still gonna be a good night. So with that, we'll end it there, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but the wind is howling, and it is taking me for a ride tonight. I'm swaying back and forth, and this is tight, pushed tight from the wind. My tarp up against me. It is windy. It's about 2:30 in the morning right now. Just gotta get up to here. It is howling. One of the things I did, if you can look at that. Look at that. It comes right back to the wind. We found this big log and laid it under my edge to try to help block some of the wind. And it is working wonderfully. We found another log for Dakota to put it in front of his tent. So I'm hoping that's working for him too. Just to block some of this wind on the south side. All right, that was a wild night. It was cold. I mean, it was 22 degrees, but I was warm. I'll have to find out if Dakota's still sleeping, so I'm gonna have to find out. I just got the food bags down, but it was windy. You can't tell here because we're down from right off the edge, but you can hear and see the trees above just blowing. I mean, it was blowing all night. I'm willing to bet that the wind gusts were getting up to 50 miles an hour. Everything held up. Everything was hunkered down. I had rocks on my stake, so everything worked out. And I was nice and warm all night. So, but I was rocking, man. I was rocking and rolling. The hammock was just back and forth. The trees were blowing, so, but nothing fell on me. I was very happy with that. So. We're probably going to get out of this wind and get off this ridge, off this mountain. It's a ridge walk the rest of the way, so we're going to have to be contending with that at places when we get on the south side of the mountain. But yeah, so we're just going to pack up and hit the road, and as soon as he wakes up, and get moving. So here we took a log and we placed it kind of under there. We carried it over, put under there. And man, did that work as a great windbreak. We also took a log, you can hear me with all the wind, but we also took a log and did the same kind of thing with his tent. And that really helped. I mean, I am convinced that made a big difference. We are back up and rolling. It's about 7:30. We just left camp. And there are trees down everywhere in here. It is windy and coming from the south. So one of the things I'm not really worried, but we have to worry about, we're going to be kind of hugging along on a really rocky, tricky part on the south side of the mountain, so the wind's going to be hitting us. But yeah, it's about 23 degrees, 24 degrees right now. The wind, man, makes it feel like it's down. We got about 4 miles to go to get out of here, maybe 4.5. But in about 1 to 2 miles, we're totally out of water. But in about 1 to 2 miles, there's the Clark's Ferry shelter where there is water. So we're going to decide whether we had some this morning, so we drank some. It's only going to be about 2 hours till we get out, so we might just not even worry about it. But we'll make that call when we get down to the shelter. Here is the Clark's Creek shelter. Not a nice one all the way. I mean, it's kind of old, but it's small. It has a couple bunks and nice fire ring and picnic table. Kind of looks like it's falling apart, and the water's way down there somewhere, so I don't know if we're gonna go get any. And then the privy's back up there on the hill, but it's not too bad. All right, we made it down to the end. The car's down here. It was a fun trip. It was cold. We were both warm, but it was a windy day, man. I tell you, last night it was, I don't think I've ever been out in that much wind, but it was fun. But so here we're gonna probably go find some water, get a drink, maybe eat and relax. And with that, I'm gonna end it here. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.